What's going on? Owen Gill, High Temp Sports, and we got some big stuff to talk about. We got to talk about the winners and losers so far for NFL free agency. A little talk about the overreaction of the Warriors' recent struggles. And last but not least, let's talk about the fans, because this is all about the fans, and we got some fans out there acting like idiots. Stay tuned. We got some good stuff coming. Hey, welcome back, Owen Gill, High Temp Sports. All right, so first off, let's talk about the big winners and losers that I'm seeing so far from NFL free agency. I think first and foremost, we definitely got to talk about the Cleveland Browns.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
That's right. The Cleveland Browns have become super relevant in the last two seasons.
What you talking about, Will?
You got Baker Mayfield coming in last year doing his thing. With the addition of Jarvis Landry and some other guys on this team, they made some noise for a team that didn't make the playoffs. And I think what it did is it started setting things in motion for a big move for a really, really young and talented team. So they make the big trade. They get Odell Beckham Jr. for a first, a third. I mean, to me, it's a great move for the Browns. This is a young, talented core group of guys. Between them, Landry, you got Antonio Callaway, you got Nick Chubb, you got Kareem Hunt sitting there waiting to possibly get reinstated once all his stuff gets worked out with
Now that was a stupid idea.
the NFL. And you got Mayfield, who everybody is expecting to have a big jump in the next season for him. It's really all dependent on him. Not only that, but they also quietly got the trade for Olivier Vernon from the Giants as well. So the Giants, the big, New York market Giants, traded all two pretty talented players to the Browns. When would we ever think that would happen? I mean, they've been the laughingstock of the NFL for 10 years. And now the Browns are making moves and are getting the players. And I really think it's a big shout out to John Dorsey and what he's done as far as being the general manager and really building this team to be a winner. Look out. I'm not going to say it yet, but there's a good chance we might see a Cleveland Browns Super Bowl this year.
I'm going to take the Browns to the Super Bowl.
The Browns go into the Super Bowl. That's going to happen. All right, also, as far as some big winners,
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
I think the Raiders did a heck of a job in that trade for Antonio Brown. To basically give up a third and a fifth to get Brown, and it's going to get a lot of hype, a lot of noise with the big move for the Raiders going to Vegas in a year. So I think that's a great move. They also just signed Tyrell Williams from the Chargers. He's a great underrated receiver that played with the Chargers, and now he's got an opportunity to be able to play opposite of Antonio Brown. I think this is a make it or break it year for Derek Carr to go along with that. And with all the picks that Gruden still be able to secure with the 4 picks in the first 35 picks of the draft, I think the Raiders are definitely trending in the right direction. And, they also added Trent Brown from the Patriots to help solidify that line a little bit. As far as losers, because those are really the two big winners that I'm seeing right now. I think losers, you got to go with the Giants. They trade away Vernon. They trade away Odell Beckham Jr. 1 year after giving him a monster contract and having to eat $21 million in cap space of dead money. That's that's a big deal. And a couple other things that I'm seeing as far as I think Le'Veon Bell.
Loser! You're a loser!
I think the holdout and giving up the $14.5 million to refuse to play on the franchise tender just based on the contract that he got with the Jets, he's not going to be able to recoup that money. And some people will say, well, he got what he wanted. He got out of Pittsburgh, but he did it at a pretty expensive cost. And with the contract that he got with the Jets, it just doesn't seem like it really worked out well for him on trying to make that stand. All right, second. So everybody's freaking out about the Warriors. The Warriors are losing the Suns. The Warriors have, lost so many out of, 7 or 8 games. Have they lost, the swagger? Have they lost their opportunity to dominate the NBA? What I'm seeing is what I've seen in the past from so many great dynasties that have existed in basketball.
That's not my thing.
You're just boring, that's all.
You can go back and look at the Lakers when they went for their three-peat with Kobe and Shaq. That third season, they got pushed by the Kings in the Western Conference Finals. We go all the way back to the Bulls, and there was times that they felt like Jordan and Pippen and those guys, maybe they were disinterested. It's the regular season, guys. They're going to do enough to get to the postseason, and I guarantee you they're going to lock in. They're going to play great defense. They've still got the best starting five in basketball. You've got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, and Boogie Cousins.
Here we go.
They're going to win the NBA Finals again. Lock it in. I guarantee they're winning the NBA Finals. There is no team that's going to beat them in a 7-game series unless there's injuries. But if they're all there, they're not going down. All right, last but not least. All right, look. High Temp Sports is about the fans. It's about a voice for the fans. It's about bringing out the best and the brightest of the fans that love our sports, that aren't crazy and fanatical. But unfortunately, we got guys like the guy in Utah who has to make fans continuously look bad and crazy and lived up to the stereotype. And I'm calling you out. Look, guys, you go to the games, enjoy it. But when you start making comments about guys and that lead towards other questions about the credibility of fans that show up at these games and that call the radio stations and act stupid and say all this stupid stuff, just be quiet. Let the educated fan speak up, because there's a lot of them out there. I'm a huge fan, and I don't make the crazy, ridiculous comments. Do we really want another Ron Artest running into the stands, punching fans?
Over the scorer's table and is trying to get down to the bench. Artest is in the stands. Oh, this is awful. Fans are getting involved. Steven Jackson's in the fans.
Do we need any more of that? If we don't start getting some of this stuff under control on these courtside seats with these fans grabbing players and making derogatory comments towards them or things about their family, hey, you got to be a big boy and you got to take some trash talk, and it happens. It's part of what happens when you go to this. Fans are crazy, and some of them are crazy, and they can say some unbelievable stuff, but it's trash talk. And we have to understand that fine line between trash talk and taking it over the line. So, hey, guys, pay attention. I got some great stuff coming up with High Temp Sports. Got some big announcements about some new little podcasts that we're going to have going on weekly. I got 2 of them in the works that are going to be really big. And I'll be back on here with another big take tomorrow about some other big events going on in the world of sports. Have a good night.
Yeah.